Hey, happy Hopeful Friday to you. I'm out here by the pool under the porch because I think we were 103 yesterday and close to that today. It's hot and it's dry. I'm ready for a rain and a little bit of a cool down. I bet you are too. Um, I just wanted to come by and talk to you guys a little bit today about cowboy poetry. This last month we lost a good cowboy poet, Baxter Black. Baxter wrote columns for Western Horseman. He had a piece in there for many years. He did live deals a lot of different places. He was on Johnny Carson back in maybe the 80s when he was young. With Waddy Mitchell, it's good. You should. It's about a vegetarian. You should listen to that if you haven't. But I wanted to kind of give a salute to Baxter, and I don't know any of his material, and I don't know who wrote this that I'm getting ready to tell you, and it wasn't exactly Baxter's thing. He says, what does he say? He says, there's the regular cowboy poetry, and then there's the lunatic fringe, and that's more his specialty. So this is not that. Again, I don't know who wrote this, but I just thought I would give this to you. Maybe it would bring some joy to your weekend. So it's called Sierra Peaks. Way up high in the Sierra Peaks, where the yellow jack pine grows tall, Buster Jiggs and Sandy Bob had a roe deer camp last fall. Well, they took 'em some running irons and maybe a dog or two, and they allowed they'd brand any long-eared calf that came within their view. Yeah, any old doggy with long flapping ears that didn't brush up by day got his old hide sizzled and his long ears whittled in the most artistic way. Then one day old Buster Jiggs, he throws his riata down. He says, I've had enough of this smoke and blood and hair, and he allows he's going to town. Well, they gets him some horses, and they hits him a lope, for it weren't no Sunday ride, as them was the days when a good buckaroo could oil up his insides. Well, they started out at the Kentucky bar, ahead of Whiskey Row, and they wound up down at the depot house, some 40 drinks below. Well, as they was a riding back to camp and packing a pretty good load, who should they meet but the devil himself, come prancing down the road. He said, hoo-ha, you cowboy skunks, you'd better find a hole, 'cause I'm the devil from hell's rimrock come to gather in your souls. Old Buster Jiggs said, you devil be derned, us boys is kinda tight, and you ain't gonna gather no cowboy souls without one heck of a fight. So he punched a hole in his old seagull, and he throwed it straight and true, and he lapped it there on the devil's horns, and he's taking his dallies too. Buster Jiggs was a riata man with his gut line coiled up neat. He took it down, built a loop, and caught the devil by both hind feet. Well, they stretched him out and they tailed him down as the irons was getting hot, and they cropped and swallow forked his ear, and they branded him up quite a lot. Then they pruned him up with a dehorning saw. I about forgot it. Then they pruned him up with a dehorning saw, and they knotted his tail for a joke. And they rode away and they left him there tied up to a blackjack oak. So if you're ever up in the Sierra Peaks and you hear one heck of a wail, don't worry none, it's just the devil bellowing around about the knots tied in his tail. Bax, we appreciate what you did for us. Bringing humor's great. I didn't do a great job of it, but hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Hopeful Friday, and we'll catch you down the road.